Hello and welcome. I knew you would turn up, so I'm glad you're here because now I can start. This is videocast, I think, episode 21 of Adventures in Pop. My name's Simon Jacobs. Do subscribe and share and follow and all those things. And when you've got your own YouTube channel, let me know and I'll do the same for you. Fair's fair. Today I'm going to talk to you about my new single, which is coming out at the end of this week, on the 11th of June. My new single is called World's Getting Better. It is the 5th track I am releasing this year from, I guess, an album that will wrap them all together at the end of this year or maybe the beginning of next. I am making up some of this as I go along. I know some tracks I'm going to release, others will kind of, become obvious as I go along. So, it is literally an adventure and it's lovely to have you with me. So at the end of this week, yes, it's called World's Getting Better. And a couple of things that are probably worth pointing out. And then, as I've done before, I'm going to stick the whole video, brand new video, just completed in the last couple of days, onto this video cast and let you just wallow in the pleasure that is World's Getting Better. Okay, a couple of things I want to talk about on this. One is, I think I described it last time round as, one of those ridiculously, outrageously, relentlessly upbeat, optimistic songs. And boy, it is one of those. And it's not the first of those that I've written. I think of... for people with long memories, if you go back a couple of years, there's the song Optimistic, kind of obviously quite an optimistic song, a couple of years back. And this is very much, although it's a very different song, it's got some things in common with that. Because, people often say that, in any form of art, doesn't matter whether you're a songwriter or an artist or a painter or a poet, it's easier to be creative when you're feeling very down, when your relationship is broken up and your whole world is turned upside down and you're basically very depressed. That's when you are your creative zenith. And I just don't know if that's true. I think that's a bit of a myth, isn't it? I'm quite happy with my couple of outrageously upbeat songs that are absolutely optimistic. And I don't know, if I was really miserable all the time, I think the music I would produce would probably be very dirgy and miserable. And I don't think anyone would really want to listen to that. I don't think I'd want to make it either. So it's a bit of a myth, isn't it, that we've all got to be like Adele, basically, and produce a great album, because you've just broken up with your partner. So I'm all for not breaking up with people and still trying to get the creativity as good as possible. So I guess that's a place to start, isn't it? Now, I can remember very specifically, because it isn't very long ago, frankly, exactly what the context was for me writing this song, World's Getting Better. And I could sidestep it if I was being a little bit more general with you. If I didn't trust you, I would probably say I was feeling quite happy, and that's why I wrote the song. And I'm sure most people would go, yeah, okay, fair enough, good, happy, wrote happy song, good. But that doesn't really tell the story, actually. If I've got to be honest with you, I think I've got to share a little bit more about why I was feeling happy on that particular day. And I remember exactly what day it was. I wrote this on November the 3rd, 2020, so not that long ago, 7 months or so. November the 3rd, why do I remember that date in particular? Well, that was the date that the American public were going to the polls, those ones who hadn't already voted, of course, millions and millions had, going to the polls on that day to register a vote in the presidential election in the United States. Okay, that's, interesting, but, why the outrageous happiness? Well, now, look, I've got to be, it's my job to be balanced and neutral and careful about what I say politically, obviously. So I'm going to be balanced and neutral and as objective as I possibly can be. So, just bear with me here. The reason I was feeling, I think, euphoric, really, I was bouncing off the walls, I think, and this is the song that came out of it, was I suddenly just realised that Donald Trump was going to lose and Joe Biden was going to win. So it is entirely a political instinct. So I probably need to just say one or two more things. But as I say, objective, neutral, calm and balanced when I talk about Trump and Biden and Republicans and Democrats. So let's just say this for the record. I think Donald Trump, by far the worst American president there's ever been, absolutely unfit to run a company, let alone run a country. A man who's done untold damage to the United States and to every part of the world that he stuck his nose into. A man whose untold damage is still continuing as he continues to stoke up conspiracy theories, tell lies. He is the one person who made telling a lie acceptable. He is the person who emboldened the hard right-wing terrorists of America. And when the history books get written, I think he will get a very tough time indeed, and deservedly so, because his period in office is going to count as a lesson on how not to. That's, I think, my objective truth. Are you just checking you're still here? Yep, good. So I was feeling rather pleased that suddenly, and I had to wait till the last minute. I think I'd been worrying that something could happen, some terrible truth about, Biden or the Democrats would come out somewhere, that somebody had an email from all that stuff. We've been there before, haven't we? And it's not always pleasant. But on this day, it was like we had overcome all of that stuff. We'd overcome everything. I say we. I wasn't there. Did I vote? No, of course not. I'm British. But I was so wrapped up in it that I just suddenly thought, yes, Biden's got this. And he's not just going to win by a little, he's going to win by quite a lot. And that was indeed the case. So that was the nugget, that was the kernel, the idea that produced the song. And then the song, I think, was written very fast indeed. I think I started in the afternoon, and by halfway through the evening, it was pretty much done. I'd sung it, I'd written it, sung it, recorded it, probably half produced it, because I don't think there was time to do much more. Certainly wasn't finished. I went back to it a few times. And there it was, and I was pleased with it, because it was a song that kind of sounded like I was feeling, and I don't always achieve that. Sometimes I have a kind of an idea in my head of what I think I'm going for. Where I end up, I might quite like where I end up, but it's often very different from the place I thought I was going to. That's why I call this an adventure, because so much of it is just unpredictable. You can be a brilliant songwriter, and you still write stuff that you think, where did that come from? Or hang on, I didn't mean that, I meant this, but that's okay too. So things go all over the place. So I was in a very good mood. I wrote World's Getting Better, and the important point though is, having said all that stuff about Trump and America and the American elections, I was quite sure that I did not actually want to mention any of that at all in the song. I just wanted to talk about things getting better, and I didn't feel I needed to, and I still would stand by this. I think it would have been a bit damaging to the song, a bit sort of tedious for the song to start actually referencing the American election. It didn't need that. So you can listen to the song and you'd have no idea there was anything to do with any political event whatsoever. So if you want to just delete the last few minutes, you're very welcome, and you can just say, I was having a really happy day. So in the words, what you'll find is actually it's about the the power of music, I think, is really what kind of comes out of it. And let's have a look at some words, huh? So the first verse. Music is Novocaine. It's easing the strain. It makes me feel alive again. Rhythm is energy. It motivates me, so I know we can survive again. So there's a lot of stuff. It's a lot about we've been, things have been a bit bad, but now it's going to get better. The world's getting better bit by bit. This is the chorus. I still believe we can make it. The world's getting better day by day. Let's stand together to keep it that way. And essentially you've got it. I mean, that is the spirit of it. And I think even if I look at the second and then the third verse, music can heal the pain, keeping you sane. Play the song all over and over again. The rhythm is always there in the kick and the snare. That's my favourite line, really. Ready to take you anywhere. But the world's getting better bit by bit. So that's it. It's just, it's a dancey, upbeat, little number. And the world's getting better. And I'd stand today by the sentiment of the world's getting better. I mean, it's still got a long, long way to go. But it does say that in the song. It's still got a long, 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 long way to go. So musically, what is there interesting in the song musically? I think there are probably a couple of things I would draw your attention to. One is in the chorus, the guitars. Now, this is a bit like a couple of tracks back was Night Owl. A couple of songs ago, I released Night Owl. And I think in that, I was trying to get a particular effect of matching some guitar playing with some sample guitars, putting it all together and getting this, quite fast rhythmic thing going on in the chorus. Now, this is similar. And I'm using, I guess, the same trick of playing some and then adding some samples in. But in where it's different, maybe it's a teeny bit more sophisticated, is it's going for a very specific rhythm in that bunch of guitars in the chorus. So let me play you a bit of the chorus guitars on their own, and you can hear kind of quite a tricksy rhythm that I'm going for in that chorus. Have a listen. Okay, so that's the guitars in the chorus. Each chorus kind of builds a bit, and the song generally builds a bit as it goes along. The other thing that I really had pleasure with in this song is, again on the chorus, is the harmony vocals. Now look, I have got into a bit of a thing of putting harmonies on pretty much everything, when I wake up in the morning, it's harmonies on toast for breakfast, and it's right here in this song. It's quite a lot. So when you get to the chorus is a big harmony, but it's quite a nice harmony to do. And then, after living with the song for months and months and months, literally at the last minute, before I kind of sent it off to release it, I suddenly had the idea of adding in, if I could find something appropriate, some female vocals. And again, we're talking about my favourite sample ladies. They're not people I know. I haven't got a whole bunch of fantastic women singers into the studio to sing with me. They're all in a box. They're all digital. But I found these female vocals to go alongside what I was singing that I loved. I mean, it's just it's one of those happy moments where you think, that's exactly right. That is what I hoped to find. And 9 out of 10 times you don't quite find it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play you a bit of my harmony vocal, and then as it comes into the last chorus, the harmony vocal with the rather fabulous digital female sample ladies singing alongside me. Have a listen.
And the world's getting better, and day by day, let's stand together, let's keep it that way. Oh, the world's getting better, a new day is dawning, intensity. I know we've still got a long, 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 long way.
Yeah, that sounds good. And of course, what you're not hearing in any of that is the actual rhythm. So it's got a dance beat. It's an up-tempo little number, and I think the time has come for me to just leave you with the track. Now, look, I did say last time as well. My final point on this is that it's advisable probably not to be saying this, but I like this song, and that means that I'll probably be watching its progress a little bit more closely than some of the others. And obviously, all my songs are my babies, and I care deeply about each one of them. So it's wrong for me as a parent of my songs to pick out one in particular. But if I had to, it would be this one. Okay. So thank you very much indeed for sticking with it. I'm going to leave you with the video. I'd strongly recommend that you turn it up very, very loud, and once you've watched it, then play it again, but loudly, and dance around your living room. You've got permission from me to dance around your living room or your kitchen if you prefer, but keep it discreet indoors. You don't want to get people talking. And I will see you next time. And in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed the song, and we'll do it all again next week. Thank you. See you next time. Bye bye.
Music is Novocaine, it's easing the strain. It makes me feel alive again. Rhythm is energy, it motivates me. So I know we can survive again. The world's getting better, bit by bit. I still believe we can make it. The world's getting better, day by day. Let's stand together, let's keep it that way. It's easy to be downcast, to live in the past. This is the time to hold on tight. People, don't be dismayed, don't be afraid. Don't do what they do, just do what is right. But the world's getting better, a new day is dawning. I walked out into a brand new morning. But the world's getting better as night turns to day. I know we've still got a long, long way. Music can heal the pain, keeping you sane. To play that song all over again. The rhythm is always there, in the kick and the snare, ready to take you anywhere. The world's getting better, bit by bit. I still believe we can make it. And the world's getting better, day by day. Let's stand together, let's keep it that way. Oh, the world's getting better, a new day is dawning. as my turns to take. I know we've still got a long, 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 long way. But the world's getting better.